Oh man, I needed to see y'all tonight. Tough day. Really tough day. I mean, it's not too often you get an entire tour canceled. Just like that. One little pink stripe on a little testing kit. That's what did it. Actually, it was 2 pink stripes on 2 testing kits. Had to make sure. Well, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. I got a little something in my throat. We'll figure it out. Right now, it's not bad. I'm drinking tea, being a good boy. But you know what? Before we talk about all that stuff, I got a new song to share with you. That's right. New song. This new song, I need to give you some deep background. I mean, so this new song, just the trickle of it, the idea, the concept, was started about, wait a second. I'm looking at comments. I want to make sure that my feed is okay. I did a little check of our Wi-Fi, and they have some awesome Wi-Fi here at the Cloverdale Listening Room. So I should be coming clear to you. So the beginning of this song, the idea for this song, it started about maybe 8 years ago. We were on tour. We were going through the Midwest, and man, back in the day, literally, I would spend time each day mid-tour, oftentimes trying to hustle for extra fill-in gigs. Oftentimes we would leave Boston on tour with most of a tour booked. And usually that meant, for me, it just meant thinking about where we were driving to and giving calls to anyone that I'd ever worked with. We were driving through Kentucky, or we were a couple days away from being in Kentucky. And we had this big empty patch in the tour. And so I decided that I was just going to make some calls. And I had remembered that there was this really cool place. In Kentucky. Harrodsburg, Kentucky. I think it was called Terrapin Hills Farm. Terrapin Hill Farm. Really cool, amazing couple ran this farm, and they would do these very backwoodsy, awesome festivals. And they invited us to play one of their festivals once. And we had a great time. And I called them up, and then I said, hey, we're coming through town. We're going to be around, on whatever day it was, and we don't have a gig. Do you have anything going? And they said, well, we don't have anything going on our farm, but that weekend that night we're gonna be at this other festival. If you thought our place was backwoodsy, this festival is really backwoodsy, and but I bet they would like you. And I said, absolutely, I'm totally in. And we went to, I have no idea. I know Louisville was the big city that was, 100 miles away from wherever this festival was, in the hills of Kentucky, way out in the woods. There might have been 75 people at this festival. It was small. It was handmade and down home, and it was really fun. It was really cool. It was a really cool place. Although rough around the edges. For instance, part of our deal was supposed to be that they were putting us up in a cabin at the festival. And we played our set at about 11 o'clock at night. we asked where the festival was, and somebody said, "Oh, you just walk through the woods, about an eighth of a mile in that direction, and you'll get to the cabin." And we get to this cabin. I mean, you got to understand, there were 6 of us in the band at that time. And, man, we were on tour. We were working hard. We were tired. We were playing. We were lugging gear. Suddenly, we're walking an eighth of a mile through the woods to find a cabin in the middle of these hills in Kentucky to try and sleep after we played a festival set for 75 people, maybe. Maybe that's generous. We finally get to this cabin. And it was like, the cabin, it was like, it looked like a survival project. You know what I mean? Like somebody hacked down some small trees and kind of put them up, but you could still see a lot of air in between each tree that made up the wall of the cabin. And in the middle of the cabin, for 6 of us, there was one double bed, and that had, I am sure, been slept in 800 times by 800 people, and not have had those sheets changed. And of course, it's all just open to the air, and the cabin had like a layer of like dirt or bugs on the floor, and immediately I knew it was not gonna be a good situation for team morale. And so I said, I'll tell you what, guys, you get back in the van, you find the closest hotel, wherever it is, and you just get some rooms. And they basically said, okay, what are you gonna do? And I said, well, I think I might like it here. I'm gonna stay here for the night. And so I stayed in the festival at the cabin for the night. Of course, I didn't just hunker down in that beautiful state-of-the-art cabin. I walked back to the festival grounds where the music had been playing all night, and there were a bunch of people by the fire passing bottles around. Back in the day when you could pass bottles around and stand next to each other during a fire. People would take turns kind of leading songs. Everyone would try to play along and sing along. And there's this one guy, and I gotta remember his name, man. I can't remember it. I'm not even close to remembering it, but I'm gonna do some figuring out and researching, because I'm gonna remember this guy's name. He was a mandolin player, and he and I kind of hit it off, and we came up with this idea for this song, and it was a very rough idea. But we thought it was great. We did think it was great, and I kept it in my mind. I probably have about 300 of those moments, right? Either by myself or with other people, ideas that just are in my mind, and every once in a while, the idea resurfaces. Today, this idea resurfaced, and I decided I was going to write this song. I was going to take this idea, and I was going to write this song. And now I'm going to share this song with y'all. Kisses were sweeter than honey. Your touch was softer than snow. There's a lot we were sharing. Now I got something flaring, and I'm calling just to let you know. I was positive I was negative for a long time. Then I woke with the pain in my head, felt the thing in my chest. Then I took me a test. Now I'm positive instead. Now I am a man of the countryside. There's no place that I'm afraid to ride. But I ain't being fictitious. The shit out there is vicious. From now on I'm staying inside. I was positive I was negative for a long time. Then I woke with the pain in my head, feel a thing in my chest. Then I took me a test. Now I'm positive instead. Well, I love you like sunshine, my darling. I'll drink every toast to your health. But unless you are meaning to do some real quarantining, you can keep them sweet lips to yourself. I was positive I was negative for a long time. Then I woke with the pain in my head, felt a thing in my chest. Then I took me a test. Now I'm positive instead. Yes, I'm positive instead. I'm positive instead. Cheers. Yep. That's right. I am positive. Again, I am positive again. And I do feel a little bit of a thing. I feel a little throaty. Obviously, it's not that bad. Now, it's very interesting because I've been testing so much. We can kind of guess, right, that I'm in the early stages of infection because I've been testing every single day, and 5 days into it is the first day that I got a positive test, which is interesting because I took a PCR test when I got into Montgomery on Thursday. Now, for those that don't know, and man, maybe Dr. Mark can correct me if I'm wrong. I know you're out there, Brother Mark. But a PCR test essentially measures the virus in your body. Where an antigen test, the stuff that we take home, we can buy at CVS, kind of measures these things that your immune system creates to fight the infection. Right? They measure antigens, and I think that's right, basically. So you would think that a PCR test, which is the most accurate test I think that they have, would show a positive result before a home antigen test, but it did not. The PCR test came back negative last night, and so the band drove down from Charlotte, North Carolina, where they've been staying for the past 5 nights while I've been quarantining. They drove all the way down here. Our amazing, incredible hosts, Rick and Elizabeth, had shifted our venue from this small spot, this awesome place that I'm going to talk to you about, called the Cloverdale Listening Room. They shifted it to a bigger facility so that we could have people in there and be safe, and they had to cancel on all of the ticket holders. And of course, throughout the day, we have been canceling all the rest of our tours. All the rest of our tour stops, I should say, not all of our tours. Tomorrow night, we were supposed to be in Niceville, Florida, an awesome, amazing place. I got a text from 2 of my friends from Maine today who sent a really funny text saying, surprise, and they had obviously seen my post. They had flown down to Niceville, Florida to meet us and watch the show in Niceville tomorrow from Maine. How much of a heartbreaker is that? But of course, they are from the Northeast. So Lisa and Jeff, by the way, Lisa, who is our fearless leader of the autumn getaway sessions. They get chances to see us all the time. The real shame of it is that we haven't been down this way. We haven't been south in 2+ years since COVID started. And it's a heartbreaker because, man, I love y'all gatherers that are down here. And for those of you who maybe are not even watching, that are just out there listening down here, that have come and seen us down south. It was one of the parts of the country that I was so excited about recently, just to get to play there and meet new people. And it's funny too, because, there's so much talk about the divide, right? North and south. But I always feel so at home down here, and there are so many good people down here, and there's a lot of, to me, there's a lot of love in this community that transcends North and South and red state, blue state, and all the other things that we're bombarded with every single day that get us crazy and angry. I was just hoping to get back here and hang a little bit more. There will be another day though, and guess what? As of now, I'm okay. I'm okay. Right? And as of now, we can continue to look out for each other through a really difficult, crazy, and scary time. And put one foot in front of the other. Make it to tomorrow. Figure out tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Kind of all we can do these days, right? Okay, well, another musical adventure today. It's always a special night when I get to share a song for the first time. So, and I had fun during a really sad and shitty day. It was really fun to write that song. Now, of course, 10 years ago, that song, and it was just me and that mandolin player. We just had the concept of, I was positive, I was negative for a long time. And now I'm positive instead. That's basically all we had. But before, you hear the cough, by the way, before COVID, that took on a very different meaning, right? Which was kind of funny, and it was kind of a little crass, but it was 4:30 a.m. in the mountains of Virginia around a campfire. So it was a great moment and a great memory. And now it's a song. Now it's a song that's relevant to our times. Somewhat. All right. Well, I got to tell you how lucky I feel to be here. Not necessarily like, stuck 1,200 miles from Boston. 2,000 miles from my wife and daughter out in the California desert. Far away from home. Having to quarantine, not be around any people. None of that. I love that I'm here because there are some people that are here that mean a great deal to us. They've been get folk hosts, and they've promoted our shows, and they have really they're the only reason and the entire reason that we have a following and a listenership here in Montgomery. Their names are Rick and Elizabeth Hansen, and they're gonna hate that I'm talking about them because they're not like that. But I gotta talk about you guys anyways. They have taken our little bandies in and are feeding us and taking care of us and making sure my bandies get to the airport. Elizabeth is bringing groceries over to this apartment that they're putting me up in, and they're just wonderful people, and Rick is in an awesome band called the Bama Sound, and I've done a bunch of hanging with Rick and talking about songwriting, and we love talking about music together. He's writing songs all the time, really fun, good songs. He's the Bama Sound these days is fronted by this kick-ass singer named Cameron Dubois, and it's really cool. They have Bama Sound has had an album produced by none other than Josh Gold, but they're great. And it was a couple of years ago that I was down here on a night not unlike tonight, except minus the COVID and the not playing a concert part. And Rick and I found a window to get together and do a little bit of songwriting, and we wrote a song that I have shared with you gatherers once or twice, but I feel like it deserves another performance tonight in honor of my buddy Rick and my friend Elizabeth, who would love nothing more than to be in this room, hanging out, sharing music with me and my bandies tonight. I love you guys. Thank you so much for taking care. All right, here we go. This barroom's getting crazy. My vision's getting hazy. You say you never come here. The bartenders know you drink by heart. And how's the first impression? Ain't using much discretion. Listen close to what I tell you. You may be a lucky fella tonight. By the way, I am a woman, so this song it'll make more sense. I'm gonna tell you you're handsome. You tell me I'm fine. I'll be sweet, you'll be funny. I'll have grace, you'll have money. That's my kind of time. You say you never done this before, yeah. Then I'll tell you it's my first time, and I'll give you a chance, boy. Get up and dance. That's my kind of night. Not that this couldn't be sung from a man's voice singing to another man. That's, Boy, you better fake it. Get on up and shake it. We are gonna take it as far as we can make it tonight. You've been undercover, trying to be my lover. You can keep up with that chatter, but I'll tell you all that matters tonight. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you you're handsome. Then you tell me I'm fine. I'll be sweet, you'll be fun. I'll have grace, you'll have say you never done this before. Ooh, and I'll tell you it's my first time, and I'll give you a chance, boy. Get up and dance. That's my kind of line. Ooh, it's my kind of line. Oh, yeah. That's my kind of line. Yeah. It's my kind of life. Well, it's more impactful when a gal sings this, when the gal sings a song. As you might imagine, perhaps. And man, they do a great version of this song. Cameron Dubois, fronting the Bama sound. What I love about that song is that there's no shame coming from the voice of that song. Right? I mean, how fucked up is it that for so many years, right, it was okay for guys to go to bars and pick up girls, do sleazy things. But there was a different standard for women, and I love that the voice of the song is a woman saying, hey, guess what? I get what you're doing, and I'm doing it too. So let's just lie to each other and have fun for a while. And I think that that's cool. I like that part of the song. Anyways. Okay. Whew. 2 challenges for me to start off tonight. And a lot of talking, I'm sorry. And I am seeing some of the comments. It sounds like there may be some hard, not great connections for some of you, which is weird for me because I tested the speed here at the Cloverdale Listening Room, and it is awesome Wi-Fi connection. So I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I'm not sure why some of you might be having connection problems. I apologize, though. I apologize. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do this stuff right. But you should see. So this is, I'm actually not, I'm in a kind of back corner of this concert space. And what this is the Cloverdale Listening Room. It's an apartment. It's a whole apartment. And, one of these cool things that you can really only do during, like, Airbnb times, right? Not only is it a functioning apartment with, like, a bedroom and a kitchen, but it's also a concert venue. It's, like, its own little house concert venue in there. These 2 rooms. And I'm going to see if I can spin this around, and you can just see this cool. Let's see. Hopefully I won't unplug you. But there's a whole other room in there. You can see, like, the curtains in the back. And I'm on some high top kind of tables here that are in the back of the room, and just a cool. I mean, for those of us that like house concerts, I think the concept of this place was to support independent artists that are playing original music. I think that there are not a lot of outlets for original music in Montgomery, and I know my friends Rick and Elizabeth are huge original music fans, and they would like more independent artists to come through town and have a place to play. And so this is their little vision. And if any of y'all are traveling through Montgomery, you can stay here because it's an Airbnb when it's not a concert space. So there will either be a concert happening in here or you could stay here, I'm guessing, I think, maybe. unless of course their COVID positive friend is taking the whole place up himself. Okay. Should we get to some more music? I've been talking a lot. I apologize. Oh, man. Look at that. An old friend. Hey, Martha. Good to see you. It's so cool. Oh. Yeah, Paul, we should play that at some point. You're 100% right. You're 100% right on that. Yeah. It's the coolest thing to see friends, people I love, people I'm connected to, know that they can come and gather anytime, and that we'll be here. I'll be here. Yeah. Must be driving in the wrong direction, 'cause each day gets farther, feeling like home. Must be striving without reflection, 'cause each day gets farther, feeling like home. Little moon guide me on, counting my paces, just on my laces, walking with ghosts, letting go what is gone, trying to cherish quietly the things I have today. Little moon, throw just a little rope to guide my way. I've made so many mistakes, but without each and every one of them, I'd not be in this place. And I try to throw the would have beens and could have beens away, and practice my falling with grace. Feel the wind whisper on my face. Just surviving my imperfections when days are falling, feeling like home. Little moon guide me on, counting my paces, dust on my laces, walking with ghosts, letting go what is gone, trying to cherish quietly the things I have today. Little moon, throw just a little glow to guide my way. Little moon guide me on, counting my paces, dust on my laces, walking with ghosts, letting go what is gone, trying to cherish quietly the things I have today. Little moon, throw just a little glow to guide my way, to guide my way, to guide my way. Okay. I was just looking up at the end of that song, and I saw a really great question from Keith. Keith is wondering, have any of the other band members tested positive? Keith, the answer is no, but there's a very specific reason for that. It's because my exposure actually happened on Monday when I split off from the band. The band, our last show together was last Sunday, almost a week ago now. My poor bandies had been on the damn road just waiting for tour to get back online. But from Sunday, after the Sunday show on Monday, they drove to Charlotte, North Carolina, where we were supposed to be playing on Thursday. And I flew to Nashville. And during my very first day there, I was hanging with somebody that then tested positive for COVID, and that was it. That was the ball game. I had to cancel the rest of my studio sessions and songwriting, and luckily was able to do a great be a part of a great studio session with John Oates, where I got to zoom in and kind of watch him and these incredible musicians work on our song Hold Each Other Now, which I'm excited to share with you all. And then from there, I was like 3 days into quarantine. We canceled Thursday and Friday's show. I rented a car and I drove down to Montgomery. Our plan was that we would meet in Montgomery, Alabama, where the tour would start up tonight. And I took a test on Thursday, PCR test, and came up negative. We thought we were good to go until this morning. But to answer your question, no. The bandies are now positive, and they have not been exposed. So I feel good about that. I feel lucky about that. I do. If that, sorry, did my camera go away? Is it back now? Oop, it's back, but it's flipped the wrong way. There we go. I was with positive people, Kathy, and not in a good way. Yeah. Sorry about it. That was my fault that the camera went away there. I was trying something and it didn't work. I'm an old woman named after my mother. The old man was another child growing on. If the dreams were thunder, lightning was desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Won't make me fly from Montgomery, made me poster of no rodeo way. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to it. Leaving this living ain't a hard way to go. I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, he was a free rambling man. But it's been such a long time, man, no matter how try. The years just roll by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel fly from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old road in. Just give me one that I can hold on to. Believe a man slipping at just the hard way. Make me an angel now. Now there's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them a buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me fly from Montgomery, make me posted just give me one thing I can hold on to it. Leaving this level, just a hard word. Make me an angel, make me an angel now. Make me an angel, make me an angel, yeah, no, no, no. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna play 2 more songs tonight during this gathering. Rick and Elizabeth, my friends, had delivered an extensive request list to me for the live concert that we were gonna play tonight, which I was really excited about. I demanded it, as a matter of fact, before we came into town. They were gonna drive the show tonight, and of course I can't find it right now, but I do remember one of Liz's requests, and so I'm gonna play that song for her, and we'll finish up with one last song, and then hopefully I will get to watch the Patriots kick the Bills' ass tonight. I don't know what's happening in the game so far. If it's bad news, don't tell me. And I promise that I will keep you all posted on how I'm doing. I think this is kind of the beginning of the COVID cycle for me, right? So far, so good, and you know, I'll be taking you along for the ride, for better or for worse. a working soul patriot. When I do it wrong, that's how I learn. Looking out for clues, that's how I turn. Big dive, that's my plan. Dancing, spin till I can't stand. You're with me, you're in my clan, and we live loud. Ooh, ooh, scratch, shake my tongue, look back up when I'm on the dirt clouds, live the ragged sun, and we live loud. Ooh, ooh, I make friends with the people I meet. We howl and spitty stomp our feet. Yeah. Chase the moon across the sky. Yeah, we'll be ready when we die. When I cross the line, that's when I bleed. When I'm feeling low, that's what I need. Big dive, that's my plan. Dance and spin till I can't stand. You're with me, you're in my life. Ooh, ooh, scratch, shake my tongue. Look back up when I'm on the clouds. Ragged sun, and we live loud. Ooh, ooh. Big dive, that's my plan. Dance and spin till I can't stand. If you're with me, you're in my clan, and we live loud. Ooh, ooh, scratch, shake my tongue. Look back up when I'm on the dirt clouds. The ragged sun, and we live loud. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank y'all for gathering with me tonight. Feels good to see it. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the winded uprights. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready, carry you home. May we keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to the land and good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink this time that we had. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right around to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me, let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who are with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to the land in good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow, down fast. Let us drink one every day, that is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you soon.